Welcome everybody to the Downright Sports NFL Championship Game Recap. I'm your host, the Notorious Sports Critic, the host of Downright Sports, which you can listen to on DJ Chase Radio, which you're listening to right now on DJ Chase Radio, Monday through Fridays from 12 to 1 o'clock. You can also download the show on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere major podcasts can be downloaded. And you can always follow me on social media, if you will, on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, if you still have the app, TikTok, and then anywhere. Well, that's it. I think I'm on X, but I don't promote X that much. In any case, it's over. It's over. It's over. We're going to start backwards. The Kansas City Chiefs picked up a huge victory over the Buffalo Bills in a huge game, a game that was exciting, wall-to-wall action. Was not a heavyweight fight. It felt more like a UFC middleweight fight or something, because it was just so much back and forth in it. And you know, I'm not going to give you the X's and O's. I would like to tell you why Buffalo, why the Chiefs won this game, and that's where I'm going to stick with. The Chiefs won this game. Not the Bills didn't lose the game. Yeah, there were a couple simple mistakes made, but for the most part, the Buffalo Bills was in this game the whole time. But if you want to see true greatness, if you remember watching Jordan, the Miami Heat with LeBron, and the Miami, no, not them as much. Let's forget them, because the Golden State Warriors, the the late 90s Yankees, the Dodgers of this year. No matter what you do, that team is ready to beat you. And that's the Kansas City Chiefs. No matter what Buffalo did, no matter how much offense Buffalo had, no matter how well their defense played, they're prepared for whenever you make a mistake. You leave the window open, they're going to come in, eat your pie, and leave. And that's what they did. And that's what the Kansas City Chiefs and the Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs did against the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills had a fantastic season. They had a fantastic playoff run. But they met the juggernaut and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Watching this game told me all I needed to know about the Chiefs. And you, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because we could be in store for history come February 9th. The Super Bowl will be February 9th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just get the right date for the Super Bowl. I want to say it's February 9th. Yes, February 9th. The Super Bowl will be on February 9th. There will be a recap show on DJ Chase Radio here. I'm not going to call that live. I want to sit and enjoy that. Actually, it's cold and snow everywhere, but it sounds like a day to cook on the grill and throw something out. Let's recap the playoffs, shall we? The Chiefs had a bye. For the Buffalo Bills, for them to get here, they blew out the Denver Broncos. Then Buffalo had a great game against the Baltimore Ravens, where if you're the Ravens, you're saying, geez Louise, they almost won that if it wasn't for a drop pass by a tight end in the end zone. Buffalo survives that. Then they play the Chiefs, and then in a close one, 32-29, the Chiefs walked away and beat them. So we're going to talk about what it means for Kansas City, what it means for the NFL, what it means for history, America, etc. If you're Buffalo, what do you do next year? Well, you don't break what you've done. You had a great year. You build on what your defense has, and you learn from the Chiefs. The reason why the Chiefs, if you watch the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes did not have the MVP-like seasons he had in years past. He had more of a laissez-faire season because he doesn't have to anymore, because his defense is built to win. And if you're Buffalo, that's what your whole job is. Buffalo needs to build their defense to stop the Lamars, the Holmes, the Joe Burrows, and whomever else thinks they're poking their head around the corner. Buffalo's really, their only challenge is the Bengals. Their challenge is going to be The Ravens still. The Texans aren't there yet. The Chargers aren't there yet, and everybody else is still trying to figure themselves out. Josh Allen coming off a wonderful season, the way he did an MVP-like season. Personally, and I'm going to talk about this on my Tuesday show, that the MVP to me is Saquon Barkley. It's not Josh Allen. It's not Lamar Jackson. I think by Saquon proved this season, he proved in the playoffs, he is the real MVP. No questions asked. But you look at the type of year Josh Allen had. Josh Allen. I'm buying time. It's called buying time. Josh Allen, 37 yards passing, touchdowns. He had 28 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. Not as much as others, but he had the better season. Jared Goff had a better year than him, stats-wise. So did Joe Burrow. I don't think Josh Allen's MVP. I don't think the MVP is a quarterback this year. That's a different conversation. But I mean, Josh Allen, you had another great year. You had another fantastic season. And your team looks like it is ready to make the move. You just watch this game. Buffalo had the ball way more than the Chiefs did. Way more than the Chiefs. Not by much, but enough to where you're saying, damn, you should have won this game. But just because you have the ball more doesn't mean you're setting yourself up to win. It means it's taking you longer and longer to get down the field to score a touchdown. With Kansas City, all they got to do is boom, throw it, run it, touchdown. Throw it, run it, touchdown, and the game is over. Just like that. In a blink of an eye, Patrick Mahomes took care of business, and they won another one. So, once again, we're getting Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, all going to the Super Bowl. And in the words of my wife, things just seem safer when the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. Wasn't ready for the Bills yet. Now moving to the NFC, the Eagles took care of the Commanders, who had a miraculous season, a miracle-like season. Every year we get one, but the Eagles told the Commanders pretty much, you ain't ready for this stage just yet. The Commanders had a lot of big turnovers. The Eagles beat the Commanders 55-23. Saquon Barkley broke away for a couple of big touchdowns. The first drive for them was a touchdown. Boom, bing, bong, boom. Get out my way. Played 0 games in that situation. Pulling up the numbers now. Internet taking its time. The Commanders had a great year, but in this game, their balloon got popped. They came back down to reality, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out. And thank you. Is it up now? Thank you. Let's go. Let's look at the box score, shall we, for this game. And the Commanders actually in the second half showed life. Scored 12-13. It looked like it was going to happen. Jalen Daniels, 29 for 43, 255 yards. Touchdown, interception, sack 3 times. Jalen Hurts, 20 for 28, 246 yards, 1 touchdown, sack twice. Saquon Barkley, though, 15 catches, 119 yards, and three touchdowns in my Vincent. 3 touchdowns. And you're the New York Giants, if you ain't kicked your teeth. I said this on X and Facebook. If I'm the New York Giants owner, how am I not on the phone firing the head coach, firing the general manager, firing the general manager's assistant, firing his daughter, his children, that everybody, we all saw in America, the way they just threw out Saquon like he was yesterday's trash. And he went down I-95 from where the Giants play to Philly is a 2-hour drive. He went 2 hours and is now in the Super Bowl and solely almost because of him. Like, come on, what are we talking about here? Recapping this game, shall we? The Commanders had 4 turnovers. That did it. 4 turnovers took care of it. 3 fumbles for a loss and an interception. You don't discourage this young man. Jalen Daniels is without a doubt the franchise quarterback for the Washington Commanders. They have their guy. Now, like the Patrick Mahomeses, the Lamar Jacksons, you build around him. You secure him. You nurture him. You bring. They don't have a crummy owner in Washington no more. You build on this. If you're the Commanders, you go back to DC tomorrow and you say, let's lay the groundwork for a new stadium. So in 5 years, this young man is opening a new stadium, maybe with an MVP under his belt. But the Commanders have their quarterback. He had 48 yards run. He didn't even rush that much. He only ran the ball 6 times. While watching this game, I said they should throw it a little bit more. They did it. Threw it a lot. But they should have established it early. I thought they were way too conservative early, trying to get the run going, and that hasn't been the bread and butter at all. Now the question is, what do they do next season? Zach Ertz has to come back. Playing against his old Eagles team, this wily veteran, 34 years old. Does he have another year in him? Maybe, maybe not. But he had a fantastic game, over 100 yards receiving with 11 catches. You don't need to go out and get a flashy wide receiver. You can pick somebody up in the draft. But the Commanders, with their coaching staff and the way they look this year, don't break it. Don't break it. The Cowboys are getting a new head coach. They got to restart. The Giants are nowhere near ready. And then now all you have is the Eagles, and that could be the two teams going forward, and we'll see how that plays. So, in the case of the Eagles, they just ran away with it. This was the Saquon Barkley show. Jalen Hurts was just there just to be there. But Saquon put his foot in the ground and established that this was going to be his game. And the Eagles defense on top of that really showed up. The Eagles defense is one of the better defenses all year in the NFL. They've been one of the best defenses the entire season. We break down what they have done just this postseason defensively. The Eagles, Eagles 10 sacks. The only team higher than them are the Rams, and the Rams are at home. The Eagles are getting to the quarterback. They are making moves. Turnovers, 10 turnovers. The next closest team are the Bills, who are going home with 3. They are causing destruction on the field, and they are making plays with the defense, which, if those of you keep it score at home, that's what wins championships. In the regular season, what did the Eagles do? Well, they were the number 1 defense in run and yards allowed. Turnovers, they were in the top 10 for turnovers. The Eagles, Philadelphia is going to be unbearable. I live in the state of Pennsylvania. It's going to be unacceptable. Like, nobody wants to deal with this. Don't want to hear it. Fly, Eagles fly. It's going to be crazy. Actually, I own an Eagle. So I bought a bunch of gear. I own like an Eagle shirt, Eagles hat. But I'm the Notorious Sports Critic, so I thought I should own sports gear. But every time I wore it on the show, somebody would go, "I didn't know you were that for you were Giants." I'm like, you don't pay attention. I wear a lot of different sports stuff. You can't see YouTube. You can see the flags in the background. Facebook, you get an idea. But come on, bear with me, okay? Bear with me. All right. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about what matters, okay? The Super Bowl, which is February 9th, live on another network. Check your local listings. I'm not, they don't pay Fox. We got a rematch from 3 years ago, the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And a lot of the same people are on the teams that were then on those teams then are on the teams now. You know what the difference is? The Eagles got Saquon. And you know what the Chiefs haven't faced all year? A running back like Saquon. We are in for a treat in this Super Bowl. I'm not going to give you the whole Super Bowl preview right now because I want to save a lot of it for my actual Super Bowl show. But we have been looking forward to. You knew all year the Chiefs was going back to the Super Bowl. Like, let's not pretend like we didn't, okay? Let's not pretend in our heart of hearts that these two teams, this one particular team wasn't going, okay? We knew the Chiefs was coming back. Now that they are back, they're facing a defense. Not like the defense the 49ers had, okay? more like the defense the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers that beat the only team that beat the Chiefs, this current Chiefs team in the Super Bowl, was Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, who had a great defense. They got to Mahomes, they forced turnovers, which the Eagles do. Am I saying the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl? No, too early to say. I do more research. You ain't got to drink a little bit more. But to get you hyped up, America, because I know what you're thinking. If you don't live in Philly or Pennsylvania, you're not rooting for the Eagles, and you're sick and tired of rooting for Kansas City. You're watching this game to see football the way it was played 40 years ago. Heck, 30-something years ago, if you think of the old Cowboys teams with Emmitt Smith. This game will be the Saquon Barkley game. Can the Chiefs, and their great defense, because they got a great defense, can they stop this man? Can this Chiefs defense go toe-to-toe and stop a guy who has been unguardable, unmatchable? He's easily doing what he wants when he gets the ball. I've watched enough of the games, the Eagles games in the postseason, especially this game. He touches the ball, he's getting 5, 6, 7 yards, if not more, and he's doing it with ease. The only reason why he's stopping is because he just stumbles over. The question is, and we'll go over that when I do the Super Bowl show. I'm not going to talk about that now. I want to so bad. But you look back, and what did the story of these conference championships tell us? It told us that for the playoffs, for the Eagles, no disrespect, their road was a little, minus a tough game against the Rams, their road to the Super Bowl was a lot easier. They blew out the Packers. They beat the Rams. I don't know if that game was close. I don't remember watching. I didn't watch that game. Box score. No, that game wasn't close at all. Yeah, that game wasn't close. Rams scored late. So they beat a Rams team that was a wild card, pretty much. And then they beat a Washington Commanders team that was nowhere near ready. They were a year away. They were 2 years away, realistically, and they shocked the world. So the Eagles' defense looks great right now. The offense looks stunning, but their road was a little easier. Where on the flip side of things, the Chiefs, they faced the Texans team that, they're not ready. But the Bills came to play. The Bills gave them a fight they were looking for. The Bills smacked them in the mouth, hit them back. It just they didn't have much more to give. 2 weeks to go, these two teams are going to meet. And the question is, will this Eagles defense stand? Will this Eagles defense be the team to finally shut down Patrick Mahomes? Or will history be made? Will Patrick Mahomes become truly what people called him years ago, the Michael Jordan of the NFL? Will he be the first person to go back to back to back in NFL history, never been done before in the Super Bowl era, as it's called? In fact, in sports franchises, there hasn't been one sports team since 2000 to do a three-peat. I apologize. Since 2002. The last team to do a three-peat was the Los Angeles Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. That's the last to do a three-peat. With the Yankees on top of that, because the Yankees did a three-peat 98, 99, 2000, but it was the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, the last to do a three-peat. The question is, if Mahomes does this, I'm going to say it, move over Brady. This is about the dominance. We ain't talking rings. We just talking pure, utter dominance. And that's what we're going to discuss when I do my Super Bowl show. So, I'll announce the date for the Super Bowl show this Tuesday live on DJ Chase Radio. I'll announce the show live this Tuesday on Facebook and YouTube, and you can hear it on DJ Chase Radio Wednesday, brand new episode. Once again, going to the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles in our rematch from 3 years ago. Nobody's excited. No. People will be excited. I will be excited, but I don't know if America's going to be excited. There's a lot to go in. Kendrick Lamar is going to be performing. We're going to get Not Like Us on the biggest stage ever. He's in a lawsuit with Drake. Drake's crying. You got to feel terrible right now. You got to. Anyway, thank you all for listening and tuning in to the conference champions recap. Again, Notorious Sports this Tuesday live, Facebook, YouTube. Like, subscribe right now. Listen to the podcast by downloading it on Apple, Spotify. Download the DJ Chase Radio app, if you will, on all mobile devices. And then we'll check you guys out later. As always, be safe. Hold it down. Follow me on all social media. Deuces.